Hello, hello, hello. Great, beautiful, blessed evening. I was gonna do the countdown, but I guess I'm not because I didn't. Uh, so 20 minutes to spare of this seventh day of this week into Lupus Awareness Month. It is May 7th, 2025, year of our Lord. So, uh, if you don't know me, what are you doing? My name is Tennille, and I help women who've been diagnosed with lupus or other chronic illness go from confused and discouraged to healed, hopeful, and in control of the medical narrative. And today, our topic is the cost of lupus. Uh, so, the cost of lupus is not only physical, it is 100% a financial thing as well. They go hand in hand. That's something people don't talk about. Um, it's weird about to be a sick person who is supposed to be an adult and take care of themselves. However, you're a sick person and you don't always have the anything to be able to take care of yourself is wild. It's a wild experience. But what about insurance? Well, insurance pays for as little as possible on purpose. Insurance will always pay for as little as possible. They have people who work for insurance whose job it is to make sure that they pay for as little as possible. That's every kind of insurance, but especially health insurance. And something that is covered today could not be covered tomorrow. And sometimes you don't find out until you're charged for it, an astronomical amount of money. If I had advice for that specifically, I would say review all of your hospital bills, look through every one. They make sure they're giving you an itemized list, and if not, ask for an itemized list because sometimes they do, excuse me, overcharge you, and that's not right. It's just not right. So they just think, and it's true that sometimes it is what happens that you are so sick that you're not going to care. You're just going to be like, give me the fix it. And like, that is sometimes what happens. But those bills add up. I don't know where they think they're going. The bills add up and somebody is supposed to pay them. So I know that there's like a million times, like every time I've been in a rehab to learn how to walk again, or even this last time when I had the stroke, I was getting a nurse coming to me every week, a couple times a week, because I was doing at home IV infusions of IV antibiotics. So the cost of getting those delivered to my house, the like wires, tubes, and stuff like that that do the hookup. I had, the thing for the IV bag to hang on, etc. All of the supplies come to me once a week, and there was a cost. There was a cost every week, and my nurse would come and she would say, um, don't worry about it. Just focus on getting better. Just focus on getting better. Now, I am better, and those bills still exist. There are bills that I wonder if I will ever in my lifetime actually pay off medical debt. So the most I've cried over my lupus diagnosis is probably over insurance covering things or not covering things. Happy and sad tears, because sometimes it'll cover something that you didn't think it would cover, but it's always good to check. So people, please check if it's covered, and then not covering things that maybe it used to cover and then they just decided they don't cover that anymore, or it reached the max. The toll that it takes on you to be sucked dry by a disease you didn't ask for while not always being able to work is insane. The thing about lupus especially is that you can, hi, thanks for joining. You can look completely normal, more or less, and be going through organ failure or something like that, like yesterday's topic, organ failure. Or you could look completely normal and be on your way to your next flare up. So if you go to get a job looking completely normal and then something crazy happens to you, you get really sick, how many times are you going to get fired? How many times are people not going to understand what lupus is or how it affects you? I remember that I worked at Applebee's, which is what I used to pay for school. I bought a car with that money. Uh, I worked at Applebee's until the day that I could not walk. Literally, I was trying to get dressed and I could not put my pants on my body. And my mother called and said, "She's not coming in. She's trying so hard to get dressed and she can't do it. Stop asking her to come in." Because I when I worked at Applebee's, I remember there was a snowstorm and the bus that I was taking got stuck in the snow and they were like, "You're not that far. You could walk it." So, like, they don't care and they don't understand as much as like some of my people who worked, my managers and stuff, GMs and whatever, from Applebee's, they were at my 21st birthday after my first major flare up and close to my heart. But I'm saying some people at jobs don't understand how chronic illness works. Today could be perfect. The next day could be the worst day of your life. The next day you could be dead. So, uh, making money while you have a chronic illness is a stressful topic. There's a lot of people on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that that have a lot of tips and tricks about medical debt and how to manage and tackle and that kind of thing. And the thing about it that's really hard is not exactly always being sure, like how long you're going to be well to be paying off what you already owe before something else comes up and there's more. Not to mention, God forbid you go and do something alternative or holistic. That's all out of pocket for the most part. Wow. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's mostly out of pocket. So you get to choose to love to make that happen, like make the money happen. And that's okay. Like I would rather not take pharmaceuticals and spend a bag on fresh fruits and vegetables and oils and spices and things that I know are gonna make me feel good as they help me get better. Oop, battery is low. But that must mean that my podcast should come to an end. So also, um today's fun fact other than lupus fact is today or this month, May is also Brain Tumor Awareness Month, which is, you know, another chronic icky thing, not great. Um, and cancer is something else completely. However, um, people don't really react to people with lupus the way they react to people with cancer. They take cancer seriously. They don't take lupus seriously. Uh, but hopefully, this advocacy and bringing awareness to people, okay, will for sure lead people to understand that they should take it just as seriously. Once you have cancer, you are always you are chronically with cancer. Like even if the cancer is gone, you are someone who beat cancer. Cancer is always in your blood history. Cancer comes back a lot of the time. And it's the same lupus once you've had lupus, even if it's clean out of your blood and you are in remission. It is always something that you will have to get to choose to love to monitor and look around and about for the rest of your life. So I don't say any of this to scare you, mind you, because I say all of this and I know all of these things and I say it knowing that I'm not afraid and that we can still be happily healed and live our lives to the fullest extent, do all the things we ever wanted to do with a lupus diagnosis on our head. That's fine. I know that eventually there will be cures. There are different methods of curing this disease, and there will be uh, knowledge. It will be just as much as people know, like different ways to treat a common cold. They will know how to treat lupus, and that's why I do this. So we've made a week. I have adjusted my schedule a bit, so the rest of this month should have some warning before I pop up live. But if not, just watch my socials. Hey, Babe and Shinobi. Thanks for joining. I'm just about to head out, but I really appreciate it. Uh, yeah. So this week was a traveling week, and thank you for sticking in here with me. I really appreciate it. I got some comments, I got some likes, some shares, and tell everybody it is Lupus Awareness Month. We are aware out here. Okay. Okay. Does anybody do that anymore? No, I'm old. It's fine. I'm grateful. All right, guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Stay happily healed. Happy Lupus Awareness Month.